Weather systems impacting Hampton roads. WAVY News 10 at 6 starts right now.
Now, from the station on your side, this is WAVY News 10.
Off the top at 6, two big stories developing now on the West Coast. At least a dozen people are dead, 20 others hurt after a shooting rampage at a small town community college.
First, it's currently giving the Bahamas a beating. Hurricane Joaquin is a force to be reckoned with, and even with the change of course, we can't stop watching it.
But there's a more immediate fear for Hampton roads. Lots of rain and tidal troubles, causing plenty of concern about flooding, even bigger than last weekend. We have a lot to get to with our coverage of the double weather threat.
And here are tonight's headlines. States of emergency in effect for several Hampton Roads cities, as well as all of Virginia and North Carolina. A mandatory evacuation order has also been given for Ocracoke Island.
The Virginia National Guard is now on standby for anything that is needed during the bad weather. Old Dominion University is closing at noon tomorrow for the weekend, and numerous events are either canceled or postponed.
We have several crews covering the weather for you, 10 on your sides on the peninsula, the south side, and the Outer Banks.
Our reporters and photographers have the information you need to know for your community tonight. First, let's get to Chief Meteorologist Don Slater with a look at the radar.
And you also got a very important update in the last hour. Where is this storm going now?
Yeah, that's our biggest news, and that's the headline of the day in terms of all of us. Hurricane Joaquin, what's the latest on this forecast track? It now has 130-mile-an-hour winds. It's moving to the southwest at 6 miles an hour, and it's a Category 4 storm. Now, it's expected to remain over the Bahamas through tomorrow, and then by Saturday, it starts to make its move. We got good news here. It's lifting northward. You'll note how narrow that cone is. We're looking a lot better in terms of the forecast accuracy. The Hurricane Center has sent all kinds of planes into this thing and out ahead of it, airplanes sampling the atmosphere to get a lot of data into these forecast models. And they're spitting out this current forecast where it bypasses our area. That's the really, really good news out of that. And reasonable confidence now that it will stay on out to sea. It'll still affect us with some wave action coming up over the next several days by Sunday and Monday. And there's where it is by Tuesday, just right along Cape Cod and heading on up toward the Canadian Maritime provinces. That's the really, really good news out of this whole situation. There it is, Hurricane Joaquin. You can see the eye of the storm now very, very well developed. And this storm is likely to continue, again, moving to the north and northeast for a while. Take a little bit of a jog to the north and then move past Cape Cod. I want to show you this forecast model. Gives you a good idea what's going on for us and where this storm is going to be over the next several days. There it is, just hanging around the Bahamas. Finally makes its move to the north-northeast and then more northerly direction all the way on up to Cape Cod, all the way on into Monday. So I think we're looking okay with this storm. We're looking a lot better. However, Outer Banks, I'm concerned about ocean overwash. You get the tide up, and then you get the waves on top of that tide, and there could be some problems coming up by Sunday with ocean overwash in the usual areas, in the Rodanthe area. So breathing a little bit of easier. Really the first thing I'm going to cover coming up with the weathercast, and this is now more important, the rain, wind, and tides increasing in the next 24 hours, and Joaquin could still affect the Outer Banks. But we've covered that for now. We'll really focus in on this first thing, the rain, wind, and tide, the stuff we are going to get. That'll be coming up with my forecast in a few minutes.
We continue our team coverage with our reporters spread out all over the area. We'll start with 10 on your sides. Brandy Cummings.
And Brandy, you've been in Virginia Beach all day. How are preparations there so far?
Well, Tom, Nicole, the city is primarily working to prepare itself for flooding because of all this rain that we've seen over the last few days. We can tell you it's been raining here in Virginia Beach all day. We also want to tell you tonight that all city departments are involved in that plan. From public works to police, even school officials, every department representative gathered to decide how they'll respond should Joaquin impact Virginia Beach.
A lot of what we're going to do is going to be a reaction based on the storm track and what we need to do as a result of that track.
The path still uncertain. Much of what's happening today involves watching and waiting. Inside the Traffic Management Center, 54 cameras help crews keep an eye on the roads. If there's ever a hurricane warning here, they're watched around the clock. For now, the concern is a bit less severe.
We're worried about coastal and river flooding.
To prepare for the excess water, hundreds of sandbags were filled. They'll be put around the city to stop flooding inside some public buildings. Signs are on standby. While everything is being done on the city level to make sure Virginia Beach is ready, officials urge each citizen to do the same.
They need to make sure their preparations are done now. The earlier, the better.
Now, officials are continuing to monitor conditions over the next few hours and throughout the night. They are expected to have another briefing tomorrow. For now, live in Virginia Beach, I'm Brandy Cummings, 10 on your side.
I'm Matt Gregory in Yorktown and on the peninsula, where cities and towns are preparing for this weekend's weather event. I was in Hampton and Newport News, where they both declared a state of emergency, and folks in Hampton, they found their own ways to prepare for the weekend storm.
At the very minimum, we're going to have moderate flooding, pretty heavy winds, and a lot of rain.
As the tide comes up, the city of Hampton hunkers down. Already, officials declared a state of emergency ahead of Hurricane Joaquin.
It also is a signal to residents that says, you know, this is serious, pay attention. Make your own preparations while we make preparations for the city at large.
Can you give Mama a hand with this, honey?
At least one resident took note. Wanda Weezy Gardner moved to Buckrow Beach a few months ago.
We're worried about if it does hit it. One of the projections is Hampton, and if it does, we'll just lose everything.
She and her son spent the day raising everything in the downstairs garage 4 feet off the ground, or moving it out altogether. They'll waterproof the room and then hope for the best. In the meantime, they'll head for higher ground.
We still have a house in South Chesterfield, so we're gonna load up and go there and get the generator started.
The Crawl and Crab 5K in Hampton and half marathon have also been canceled for this weekend. In Yorktown, Matt Gregory, 10 on your side.
I'm Erin Kelly in Portsmouth, where the water has gone down for now. But earlier today, a different story. This is what it looked like outside of our WAVY newsroom. The water rose nearly to the 2 feet mark around high tide. Portsmouth city leaders met to discuss emergency preparedness plans this morning. Crews worked to clear drains and problem spots. In Norfolk, some drivers stalled out from high water on Hampton Boulevard. Flooding covered sidewalks in the Larchmont neighborhood.
I probably will be leaving home, because once we get landlocked, we can't get out, and nobody can get to you.
There's not a whole lot I can do. Get a few bags of sand and put them in front of the doorways and entryways, and then after that, just pray.
The city of Norfolk has opened some garages on Bank Street, York Street, ODU's campus, and at the MacArthur Center for people who live in flood-prone areas. I also checked with Portsmouth Public Schools. So far, no delays or any cancellations for tomorrow. In Portsmouth, Erin Kelly, 10 on your side.
I'm Joe Fisher in Kitty Hawk. You can see the white caps on the rough surf behind me. The wind is picking up. City and county officials along the North Carolina coast say they spent the entire day preparing, and now they're urging residents to do the same. Sandbags, flashlights, gas cans, all in high demand today at Ace Hardware in Kitty Hawk.
We are the coastline. Something's going to get flooded, something's going to break, trees all over the place. You have to prepare for that.
Brindley Vacations manages 650 homes in the Outer Banks today, securing outdoor furniture at more than 200 homes along the ocean front.
We really are worried about the outside of the house, you know, the beach chairs, the umbrellas, you know, flying projectiles.
In Hyde County, an emergency evacuation is in place for Ocracoke Island. Everyone on that island must leave tonight. In Currituck County, a state of emergency issued ahead of expected flooding. Here in Dare County, no evacuations yet. Officials say they'll reevaluate the situation tomorrow morning. Reporting in Kitty Hawk, I'm Joe Fisher, 10 on your side.
As you can imagine, lots of events are now canceled or postponed because of the weather. That includes presidential candidate Donald Trump's visit to Virginia Beach. It was scheduled for tomorrow evening at the WAVE Convention Center. We're told that event will be rescheduled. Head over to WAVY.com for a complete list of cancellations, which we will continue to update for you. You can also find information you need to prepare for the weekend weather.
And have the WAVY weather app ready at all times on your phone for the latest watches and warnings. It is your lifeline to weather information, especially if that power does go out. Now, developing news from Oregon. 13 people have reportedly been killed at a community college in the southwestern part of that state. The shooter, a 20-year-old man, is dead as well after exchanging gunfire with police. This happened this afternoon at Umpqua Community College in Douglas County, Oregon. That's about pretty far south of Portland, about 3 hours. There'll be more on this latest mass shooting at a school coming up on NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
And still to come on WAVY News 10 at 6, the search for a violent robbery suspect who held up a local drugstore. See the video that could help police catch him.
Plus, Norfolk's mayor says this term will be it. Why Paul Frame says now is the time to let someone else run for the job. In sports, high school football on Thursday, thanks to Mother Nature.
And Don continues to track our double threat of weather issues as we continue on this Thursday night.
You're watching WAVY News 10 at 6 with Tom Shad, Nicole Livas, Chief Meteorologist Don Slater, and Bruce Slater's Sports.
When it comes to remodeling your home, quality and price are major considerations.
At Window World, you get superior products and professional installation at a guaranteed low price.
Window World, home of the original 189 window.
Simply the best for less.
I'm Frank Wagner, candidate for Senate, and I sponsored this ad.
Gary McCollum is in hot water today for misrepresenting his military service record. Campaign materials stated he was in the Army Reserves when he was not.
I am a major in the reserves.
According to the Army, that is not true. McCollum was totally discharged from the Army in 2001.
We don't need people to be embellishing, fabricating, misconstruing military service or any other type of leadership.
The Honda for You sales event is happening now, and you could get a great deal on a 2015 Honda Civic. Our best Civic yet was named a KBB.com Best Buy and is the best-selling car in its class. The Civic is also loaded with standard features. So hurry into your Honda dealer today, and you could get a great deal on a 2015 Civic during the Honda for You sales event.
Pair small fries with your choice of a double cheeseburger, Filet-O-Fish, snack wrap, or 6-piece chicken McNuggets for $2.50 on the break menu at McDonald's.
Hi, we're the Reeds, and we'd like to thank you for making Window World #1. We're your locally owned and operated home remodeling company with great products, great prices, and great service.
We're the family behind your windows, right here on Hampton Roads. Window Road!
Closed captioning is brought to you by Michael & Son Services.
Virginia Beach police tell us they have 2 robbery suspects behind bars.
The pair could be responsible for dozens of robberies at 7-Elevens in the past couple of months. Police picked up 26-year-old Michael Ziegler and Arthur Santafel. Ziegler was arrested after he was chased down by a police dog yesterday morning outside a 7-Eleven on Euclid Road. That store, along with one in Norfolk, was robbed. Ziegler was in court this afternoon, being held without bond. Santafel was arrested last night. Both arrests could help solve cases in Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, Hampton, and Newport News.
Newport News police have some pretty good surveillance video of a robbery at CVS. Look at this. This happened around 7 last night at the store on Warwick Boulevard. Detectives say the suspect approached the clerk and demanded he open the register. The suspect also fired a shot into the ceiling. No one was hurt, but the guy got away. So if you recognize him, call police.
More news ahead at 6. Norfolk's mayor says this term is his last. See why he will not run for re-election and who is waiting in the wings.
And another reminder, everything you need to know to prepare for the weather is on the Hurricane Ready Guide page on WAVY.com. We'll be right back.
At batteriesplus.com, you can order light bulbs and batteries for pretty much anything, and then pick them up right in the store. Batteries Plus bulbs. Trust the plus.
Life is a non-stop journey. A collection of departures, arrivals, hard work, and not so hard work. At Norfolk International Airport, we're excited to be part of your journey. With improved concourses, more dining and retail options, and a wide variety of nonstop flights, you're never far away. Start your journey at takeoff.com.
I'm Gary McCollum, candidate for Senate, and I sponsored this ad.
Frank Wagner knows the truth. Gary McCollum served his country as an intelligence officer, Army Ranger, and in the Army Reserve. But as military records now confirm, as a result of a clerical error, McCollum wasn't informed of his discharge. Nothing can excuse a politician who attacks the service of a dedicated veteran. Frank Wagner should be ashamed. 24 years in Richmond is long enough. This segment of WAVY News 10 is brought to you by Priority Infinity, the newest Priority dealership.
Introducing Bank a Million, new from the Virginia Lottery.
Thanks, Hank. You got it.
It's a chance to win an even $1 million.
Got you the paper.
Thanks, Hank.
Greg! Oh, thanks.
With Bank a Million, the Virginia Lottery pays the taxes.
Good morning, Vera.
Thanks, Hank. Just checking.
You know me.
And you walk away with the full $1 million.
Still a 1?
Yeah, and 6 zeros.
A 1 and 6 zeros. Unbelievable.
Bank a Million. You bank the million. We pay the taxes.
See you after lunch.
From the station on your side, you're watching WAVY News 10 at 6.
Check out this live picture from the north end of Virginia Beach, thanks to surfline.com. The ocean is kicking up there. We have lots of rain and tidal flooding, and we're still watching what Hurricane Joaquin will do. That is a beautiful shot, though, isn't it? Don's forecast is coming up in just a few minutes. But first, a big announcement from Norfolk's mayor. After this term, he's packing it in.
Paul Frame's decision leaves it wide open in next year's election. Already there's interest for the job. No surprise. Then on your side, Stephanie Harris has more on this decision. Stephanie.
Tom Nicole, the announcement took many by surprise. After 22 years as mayor, Paul Frame will retire from city government at the end of his term, opening the door to, in his words, a talented and eager young generation waiting in the wings.
After much thought and discussion with my family and friends, I've decided not to run for re-election as mayor of the city I love.
For Mayor Paul Frame, the decision to walk away is an emotional one.
I care so deeply about this city. It's been so good to me and my family. But it doesn't belong to me.
He says now is the time for a new generation to take over leadership. In July, I told you Sheriff Bob McCabe is running for mayor. After that, City Councilman Andy Protegiro and State Senator Kenny Alexander indicated they would like to run, but would not if Mayor Frame intended to seek re-election.
I would like to clear the air now, so if there are other candidates out there who want to run, they can get into the field.
Frame won 9 straight elections. Council appointed him mayor in 1994, and in 2006, he became the city's first ever elected mayor. When I asked about his proudest achievements, he pointed to progress in reducing poverty and homelessness, although he regrets he didn't realize sooner the depth of poverty in the city. Another regret, the inability to create a strong regional network for decision-making. But he's not done yet. Frame says he's given his best for nearly 30 years and will continue for the next 9 months until the end of his term.
It has been the honor of my life to have been allowed to serve my hometown as its mayor. It's the only job in politics I ever wanted.
Frame is not yet ready to endorse any other potential candidate, but he did have some advice for the next mayor. Rely on what he called a great city administration, and don't try to do too much too soon. You can read Frame's complete statement and what other Virginia leaders are saying about his decision on WAVY.com. Stephanie Harris, 10 on your side.
Now, your Super Doppler 10 forecast with Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
With the good news on the Hurricane Center forecast, I've really focused a lot over the past couple of hours on what's going on with Joaquin and the fact that it's going to be missing us, quite likely. So I do want to focus in a little bit more on what is getting us now and what is going to get us coming up over the next several days. We're going to see some more rainfall, and it could be heavy again at times, but then I think we're going to start to improve a little bit as well. You will note that there's a little bit of a southwesterly flow right on into here, and then I will let it run one more time, a little bit more of a flow like that right on into here. Well, the front is right down into the Outer Banks. On one side of it, there's a southerly wind flow, and then on the other side, more of a northeasterly wind. But what we've got going on is a big low pressure area, which is climbing northward along that front, and it's circling around like that, circulating around like that, and producing a little bit more rainfall, especially for the peninsula and northeastward onto the eastern shore. You can also see it toward the Wakefield area, Southampton County, on up into Surrey County now and across much of the peninsula. We'll take a little bit different view. You can see it right along the Southampton and Sussex County line and along the Isle of Wight and Surrey County line, and pretty much covering Surrey County right now. Williamsburg, you've had some pops of moderate rain right now. We're still getting some toward Gloucester Point and Yorktown, and also into the Seaford area and Goodwin Neck Estates. Farther northward on toward Onemu and Matthews County we go. Across Mobjack Bay, some scattered rainfall. And then Powell, a little bit heavier rain right now toward Horsey and Masongo. A great name, Horsey, for a town. And again, we've got no thunder and lightning into the region right now. That's what's going on for right now. We'll start to see this rain lift a little bit more northward and cover everybody. And with some heavier rainfall a little bit later on tonight, but it's not going to last forever. And once again, just to touch briefly on this, Hurricane Joaquin, and in the center of it, the eye of it right here, Category 4 storm, 140-mile-an-hour winds right now, 130-mile-an-hour winds, is expected to move northeast and then northward up toward Cape Cod and then on off into the Atlantic. So it's likely to miss us, and we've had 3 straight cycles now with that thing missing us. So I'm a little bit more, quite a bit more optimistic. Heavier rainfall coming up tonight and Friday. Here's where things are at 9 o'clock. It's going to be windy. Here comes the heavier rainfall overnight into tomorrow morning. 20, 30-mile-an-hour winds. 20, 30-mile-an-hour winds at the noon hour, 3 o'clock, and still pockets of heavy rain at 7 o'clock in the evening. Now, that's where we are midnight tomorrow night, Friday night. We move on into Saturday, and we start to see more scattered rainfall into the Hampton Roads cities. Warmer air as that front has backed on in and likely to move on off toward the Piedmont area. And there's where we are by the end of the day. Still some scattered rainfall into the region. That's where our Saturday evening. We go into Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon and evening. How about Monday? We looking any better? Well, yeah, we are looking a little bit better. Finally, by Monday, it'll be 2 weeks of, again, just cloudy, dreary conditions and threatening weather. Well, I think by Monday and Tuesday, we are looking a lot better as everything punches on out. We've got rainfall so far just in the past 24 hours, 1 inch, almost 3 inches, almost 4 inches of rainfall into the area, and there are isolated spots with even more than that. So again, 3-4 inches of rainfall already. The rainfall that we get in the next 24 hours, 48 hours, is likely to be in the inch to 2 inch range, but it'll transfer itself a little bit farther inland now, where we can see some copious amounts of rain, a lot of rainfall farther inland. You will also see wind. Now, here's a little bit different view of the wind. 29 miles an hour, 27. These are dead-on winds. Looking for that blue color, but it starts fading away by the end of the day tomorrow. With that wind, we are likely to see tides come on up. We'll see one rise in tidal height coming up tomorrow afternoon. Settle on down for a while. Could see it come back up again a little bit towards Sunday and Monday, toward the moderate levels. There's where we are, and even major. We could see some major tidal flooding coming up toward Yorktown over the next couple of days. So again, windy, rainy, a little more scattered though for Saturday and into Sunday, and then Joaquin remains at sea.
Well, the bad weather has had some effect on high school football games tomorrow night. An injury to one of ODU's key players might affect its game at Marshall, and a former Virginia Tech and NFL football standout returns to Virginia Beach to teach the kids. Those stories next on the Sports Wrap.
What's going on?
I went to the Taste of Italy event at Kroger. All those delicious Italian recipes and meal ideas got me inspired.
Buon appetito.
Now at the Taste of Italy event, savor world flavor.
Tyson boneless chicken breasts are just $1.88 a pound, and red, white, or black seedless grapes are $1.28 a pound.
Looks like the Martins were inspired too.
Great food, low prices at Kroger.
In Eastern North Carolina, we work together to help each other out. It's a support system that makes life easier in good times and bad. At Vidant Health, we hold the same belief that working together improves the health of patients and communities. Can over 12,000 employees, 8 hospitals, and hundreds of physicians work together to improve the health of Eastern North Carolina? To find a physician near you, call 855-MY-VIDANT and learn more.
There's a new priority in Hampton Roads. Priority Infinity. A critically acclaimed vehicle, a critically acclaimed brand, and critically acclaimed priorities for life. New Priority Infinity on Independence at Town Center.
There, There it is, that confident walk. The kind that comes to those who know how to save a little money here and there. And you, sir, definitely know how to save a little money here and there. That's why at Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, we'll find you an affordable health insurance plan, like one where you pay nothing extra for preventive care. Now that's nice. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. You've got the will, we've got the way.
Freshen up your fall wardrobe with head-to-toe savings. Right now at Men's Warehouse, select suits are only $199.99. All shoes are 30% off. Plus, buy one, get one free on even more of your fall favorites. Men's Warehouse. Follow your style.
Well, as Don mentioned, another weekend ahead, another rainy Friday night flights tomorrow night as some games are moved to tonight because of the nasty weather. I'm Bruce Rader. A handful of high school football games have been moved up and moved back because of the storm. There are games scheduled tonight at Western Branch, Salem, and Oscar Smith, and in Norfolk. All Peninsula District games have been moved away from tonight, but as of now, all three Bay Rivers District games tonight are scheduled to be played. For a complete list of high school football changes, go to WAVY.com and click on sports, and there are still plenty of games still set for tomorrow night, and we'll have all the highlights and scores for you on Friday Night Flights. And you can follow the show on Twitter at Friday Night Flights, where you can interact with us by using the hashtag WavyFNS, so you can always stay connected with high school sports. Friday Night Flights at 11 o'clock tomorrow night here on Wavy TV 10. The Old Dominion football team will try and outrun the storm as the Monarchs head up to West Virginia to take on Marshall, the defending Conference USA champions. ODU's beaten up offensive line will have to make sure that they protect freshman quarterback Schuler Bentley, especially now that I found out today that former quarterback David Washington, now one of the team's top wide receivers, will not make the trip to Marshall.
David Washington sustained a concussion against Appalachian State, so David won't be able to play this weekend. We got to get him healed up. The bye next week will help.
For more on Saturday's game, join Coach Wilder and me tomorrow night at 10:45 on Fox 43 for the Old Dominion Football Show. And if you're not going to be home, set your DVRs now. Well, after an outstanding career at Virginia Tech and then stints with the Green Bay Packers, the New York Giants, the Arizona Cardinals, and of course the Virginia Destroyers, First Colonial All-State graduate Aaron Rouse has a new job, coaching the Virginia Beach Middle School football team this year. Why? Well, we're going to hear from the former NFL player coming up tonight at 10:45 on the Fox 43 Sports Wrap, while he is gone from the pros all the way to middle school to help the kids. And we'll see you guys back here at 11.
We'll see you then, Bruce.
All right, Don, you're the star tonight.
Yeah, yes. But Joaquin is fading from view in terms of being a real threat to our area. So I want to show you what's going on and what we are going to get between now and Sunday. Likely to get an additional 1 to 3 inches of rainfall into the area. We've already had 3-4 inches of rain just in the past few days. But more than that, remember last Saturday night, our highest tide was 5¼ feet. Well, overnight, we're likely to see it at 5.4. Tomorrow afternoon at 1, or at 6.2. Now, towards Sunday and Monday, it gets a little bit fuzzy, a little bit inaccurate. We could even get up a little bit higher than that. So we do want to watch it. Those will be the things that will be affecting us: rain, wind, tides.
See you back here at 11.
That's right. We're always on Wavy.com.